Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing Creo for Beginners part 4, which is going to be the second half of the extrude function. We're going to run through some revolves, and we're also going to run through the whole function properly so that you guys can see how that operates correctly, the one that I touched on in part 3. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's gonna help us grow and get these videos to you faster. So go and hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and you can get all the free content that I'm offering and helpful hints. So let's start. Today we're going to do revolve. So the first thing I need to do a revolve, obviously, is an axis. So we're going to put in an axis. So if I do an axis, I need to select the plane that the axis goes through. Then I need to select a plane to reference to and another plane to reference to. Obviously I need a left and right and up and down. So if we make these 0, then it will put it in the center of our sketch. So that's the axis. Okay, now to do your revolve function, you are going to click on revolve. Okay, then it will say there, select the sketch. If an internal sketch is preferred, the fine option can be used for placement. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to click placement, we are going to click define. Then we are going to click this face, the front face. Okay, so now as you can see, the axis, which is this one, is in the same place as our datum plane because I put it in the center. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to say sketch. I just want to put in a reference there, just like that. And then what I'm also going to do is put in a center line horizontally. Okay, now what we are going to do is today we are going to do a gate wheel. So obviously the profile of a gate wheel will look something like this. As you can see there, it's highlighting the same length features. Okay, then I say select, then I say okay. Now the next step is we need to select the axis. So what do? Click on the axis. Okay, now this is going to give you either a full rotation or you can do sectional rotation by dragging the little block. You can put in an angle if you want. You can go to a plane if you want. So if I select there, it will go around to that side. If I select the other plane, it will go to that plane. But today we are just going to do a full 360, and if you're happy with that, all you're going to do is say okay. So now, as I've showed you guys before, I try and hide all these because they're a little bit in my way. So what are we going to do? Okay, so let's see, there's your gate wheel, but obviously this is not finished yet. So what are we going to do? The next part we're going to do is check the scale. So file. You don't have to do this if yours is automatically in millimeters. Then you don't have to do this. So I'll just set mine in that way because it depends if I'm working in millimeters or inches. Generally I'm working in millimeters, but I do also work in inches sometimes, so that just depends. So now I need to add a hole in the center of this. So what I can do is I can select sketch and I can select the surface. Okay, now all I have to do is select some references. So there's my reference. Okay, put in my sketch. Okay, let's call it 20 mils. Okay. Oh, seems I made this wheel very big. Okay, so anyway. Okay, correct. Let's say extrude. Go right through. Remove material and voila. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to go back to our revolve feature. We're going to click on the little plus sign there. You're going to go to your sketch. You're going to right click. You're going to hit edit definition. Okay, now I've seen, oh, okay, it's way too big. I need to do call it an 80 mil wheel. So if it's an 80 mil wheel, obviously half of that would be 40. And then obviously this is going to be around 20 as well. So let's just get this to about 5. And then we're going to change this length of this to 50. And then it should be better. Okay, so 50, 40, well, we could probably go more like 30. So let's go 30, yeah. Okay, then we should be more or less what we need to be. We're going to hit the equal length feature, yeah. Equal length, hit this one and that one, and voila. Then what we also going to do is, once this is now running again, okay, see now our hole makes more sense. Now I would like to put another hole for the wheel bearing as an example. So what are we going to do again? We're going to hit the same sketch or the same surface, hit sketch, put our references in as we did before. Okay, close. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to go to bearing. So say my bearing is 40 millimeters. Okay, I'm going to say okay. We're going to go the depth, I would guess, and bearing like that is normally about 10 mils, or let's call it 8 mils today. Then we're going to go in there, we're going to say remove material. We're going to do that. Okay, now I'm going to give you a little extra feature here. What you can do now to get that exactly on the other side, and this is another reason why I work symmetrical. You're going to click on your extrude that you just did. You're going to hit this feature right here, which is the mirror feature, and I'm going to click on the plane that is in the center of the wheel vertically. So I'm going to click on that one. Okay, plane selected, and I'm going to say okay, and it is going to place it exactly on the other side, exactly the same size, exactly the same offset, as long as your wheel is symmetrical. Okay, now what we haven't done here is we need a chamfer for when you put the bearing in, firstly, because it's not just going to go in if it's a straight edge. So we're going to hit the little chamfer there. I'm going to click on the edge there. Okay, let's just make it something like 1 mil, doesn't have to be huge. Okay, and we're going to say okay, so now we want the same chamfer on the other side. So very simple, you're going to click chamfer again, you're going to click on that other side. It will automatically have the right size, but you can just double check it to be safe. Okay, and I hit okay. There's your chamfer. Now again, okay, the wheel doesn't look like that, it's got a bit of a difference there. So what are we going to do? We're going to go back to our revolve. We're going to go to the sketch part of it. which is there, edit definition. Okay, we are going to go in here. I'm going to add a line. Okay, we are going to go to delete segment. We are going to go across that line and across that line, and voila. Now it will give you a flat there, which will look a lot more like an actual gate wheel. Okay, now what you can do also is add a round on the edges here. So select the round function, select the round edge. I'm going to make that 2 more, and we can also select at the same time by holding in control on the other round, and there we go. Okay, doesn't that look neat? Okay, so now I've done the whole wheel with the extrusion. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this, or let's do this. We're going to suspend all of these features. So let's extrude for the center hole. So I'm going to suspend all of these. So let's see. Suppress, sorry, not suspend. So I'm going to suppress these. Highlight features will be suppressed. Please confirm. Okay, so that was now suppressed, but now I need to actually suppress all of them so that I can show you the whole feature. So how we suppress is obviously right click, click suppress, and it will take away those features. Okay, it doesn't permanently remove it, it's still there. You just need to edit your model tree. So yeah, tree filters, then we're gonna go suspended, yeah, suppressed objects, say okay, and there they are there. If you want, all we're going to do is click, right click, resume, and it will jump back on. So again, click, right click, resume, and it will be exactly where it was, exactly the same as before. So, but let's go back here. Okay, so I'm going to save it just like that. Okay, now let's see, we're going to go to the whole function. Okay, I'm going to click that surface because that's where I want the hole. Again, we reference on the one datum plane, we're going to reference on the other datum plane. Make those 0, 0, then you know it's in the center, but obviously if you want it offset, just put in the dimensions that you want it on and it will work. Okay, so at the moment it's a 14mm hole, but what I'm going to do is, again, look, you can do it like this as well. So it's a 14mm hole, make it right through, say okay, there, right through, correct? Okay, but now if I want to do a threaded hole, so right click, edit definition, I'm going to click on the create standard hole. Okay, then I'm going to click ISO, and I'm going to click on, let's call it 12. So these are all your standard pitches. So let's go 12 by 1.75. Okay, now it will give you that. Okay, so now firstly you need to check your drilling is always going to be slightly deeper than your thread. So you can adjust the depth of your hole as you require, or you can adjust it here. Okay. Then there is also a countersunk and a chamfer feature, so you don't have to do it manually. You can also do UNC, so you've got the UNC option. You can edit the note, so if you have a note you can no, I clicked there, sorry, not that one. So note, you can edit the note here according to what you want, but that is your normal standard measurements and so on for your drill and your tap and whatever. which it will give you when you go to your detailing. It will be there automatically, which is a very nice feature, so you don't have to type it all in when you do your detailing manually. It actually makes your life a lot easier. So this is a very nice feature for threading if you want drilled tapped holes in your parts. That's actually the best one to use. So then I'm going to say okay. It's going to give me a drilled and tapped hole. As you can see, it will display the drilled hole, not the tapped hole. But obviously, if you highlight it, it's got the tap there or the thread there, but it will only display your normal drilled hole on the visual side of it. Then if I go to my little notes here, okay, put it on, see, it will give me the details that were in the notes there. It'll give you the drill size, it'll give you the tap size, it'll give you the depth, all that, how many holes. We'll do another one where I do an array of holes, and then it will tell you, okay, 15 holes at a pitch of 25 or whichever. So okay, so that's the revolve feature, with the whole feature again and a little bit of the sketch feature. Go like and subscribe the page for more info like this and more videos like this. I am going to try and do multiple videos every week. I'm going to try to do as much as I can. If I can do every day, I will, but I will definitely try my best to do as many as I can. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it and it's helpful, like and subscribe the page, and you can see many more videos like this. So have a great day, guys, and hope to see you soon.